Good morning from Freedom Prepper. It's October 12, 2020. These are the top stories.
The numbers. The same Chicken Little who warned of millions of deaths, to be discredited by reality, is still warning of 400,000 coronicides unless all life in America stays closed off. You can't keep a good Fauci down. Or, this one. Thermometers for the turkey and thermometers for the guests. A vast swath of MSM believing Americans planning to cancel Thanksgiving or else resort to 1984 style craziness. I'm a RSVP, no, thanks. Fly to London before the airlines go out of business. Just make sure to carry your handy dandy COVID passport. What that is, they still don't know. But, today, the facts just don't matter. You've got mail? Remember that? No, you've got COVID. No. Really, you've got a false positive. Some 90% of those positive cases, reports the New York Times, are wrong. Any bets on the other 10%? Keep that last story quiet, please. They're trying to sell the public down the road. That's why the vaccine effort is mired in CIA secrecy. They're hiding something. Like the truth. Not isolated. Not available. A stunning admission, and one that I suspected, from the CDC, they have not isolated or positively identified the alleged SARS Corona and COVID 2019 thingy. How do you make a vaccine for a bug you can't even identify? You don't, you just load up a syringe of poison and hope nobody notices? This is a giant crime. Deception. Once again, Dr. Roberts, who has come around nicely since the spring, goes through a summary of the numbers and claims that do not add up. This hoax story is getting old and is getting beyond dangerous.
Hoax or not, obesity kills. The CDC reminded Americans, 72% of whom are overweight or obese, that being overweight or obese makes a COVID case much worse. Again, it's the elderly in bad shape and other people in bad shape who are at risk. However, the fat alone is bad enough. Hundreds of thousands die every year from obesity-related illness. That's an epidemic. Eat less, move more.
Open debate? Trump says no to debate number 2. That's just as well considering how the first one went down and given the fact that the 100% biased debate commission set up a virtual affair, virtually worthless by any measure. Translation, he knows this one is in the bag. There will be war. After Trump is re-elected, the Globopedos will unleash their minions once more for many weeks of violence. A majority of the people even see it coming. Now would be a great time to prepare for massive unrest. So, what happens? Doug Casey ponders the question on everyone's mind that no one can answer fully. However this year ends, expect the unexpected, unless, of course, you're expecting riots, unrest, and war in the streets.
In today's stories worth talking about. Someone is watching you. Many of those apps on your phone that make life so easy also spy on you. Some even engage the phone's camera or microphone, literally watching you. Now, Apple has a little warning light to alert you. No news about droids. If in doubt, cover the apertures, foil the phone, or just get rid of it. V-shaped food shortage. Remember the lie about the economic recovery, from what the virus did? Yeah, so, no. Millions of Americans are reliant on food banks. And, next year, those may run out of food. Rest assured, however, that the commercial banking criminals will be okay. False hope abounds. The Supreme Court will save us. Or, so goes the thinking in conservative minds. Here's a breakdown of the conservative majority that gave us baby murder in 1973. ACB may not be all that, not that it really matters at this very late hour. Out on bail. Earlier this year, violent felon George Floyd died of a drug overdose while being arrested for another felony. There were some peaceful protests that killed people, cost billions, and burned entire cities. Derek Chauvin, railroaded for Floyd's suicide, has posted a $1 million bail. Someone is in his corner. The peaceful protests will continue. One you did not hear about in the lamestream media. It's not white supremacy, so they don't care. A Florida teenage girl was almost beaten to death by a violent thug. In related news, I hear Lowe's has a sale on a rope.
Demons in America. A Louisiana priest and 2 hookers were arrested for filming a porn scene on a church altar. The bishop has ordered the altar burned, which in the old days would have been the threesome's punishment too. Note that one of the strumpets boasted she was about to defile a house of God before going to the encounter. If you can't see there is a war between good and evil at this point, then you're out of touch with reality.
Thanks for being with us. For each article, please visit freedomprepper.com.